How you doing? Mr. DJ's back. Countdown, excuse me, my fantasy playlist, July 29th, or September 29th, 1981. Kind of enjoy counting down this fantasy playlist. The early 80s, 80, 81, not exactly my favorite era, but still some gems on this lost, quite a few lost 45s on this fantasy playlist, but there's a lot of standards on here too. And this, oh God. Did a little research on the chart action of Ronnie Milsap. This guy he was incredible on country. Ronnie Milsap, There's No Getting Over Me, at number 36 on my fantasy playlist. His 18th number one country hit in 8 years. His first country hit was in 1973, or at least his first top 10 was in 1973. Now, I did a little research on the chart action of Ronnie Milsap, and this just, his number ones, a lot of his number one country hits came in clusters. For example, between 1976, spring of 76, through the fall of 1978, Ronnie Milsap scored 7 consecutive number one hits on country. And then between early 1980 to the end of 1982, Ronnie Milsap did it again. He scored 10 consecutive number one country hits. 10 of them, including There's No Getting Over Me. And finally, in the mid-80s, between the spring of 85 through summer of 87, Ronnie Milsap did it again. He put up 7 consecutive number one country hits that 2 year period. Of course, not all of his number ones fell in those clusters, but boy, I picked up on it when I looked over his chart stats. And, well, one of my cheat books, country hits, top 40 country hits. But anyway, Ronnie Milsap, There's No Getting Over Me. It's from his album from the same name. Written by two guys. It was Walt Aldridge who wrote this song along with Tom Brassfield. And they also wrote another number one hit, came out a year later. You might remember Barbara Mandrell, Till You're Gone, went to number one. And Walt Aldridge, he wrote Travis Twitt. He co-wrote a song, hit record by Travis Twitt, Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde, which went top 10 on country in 2000. And of course, Walt Aldridge and Tom Brassfield teamed up and wrote There's No Getting Over Me, another chart topper by Ronnie Milsap went to number 5 on Billboard's Hot 100. It was a big crossover. I miss those crossover country records. You don't hear them on the radio anymore, which is ironic because country music sounds a lot more like rock, more like pop than it's ever had in the past. I mean, it's like, well, human nature is often paradoxical. What can I say? Well, it's Ronnie Milsap, No Getting Over Me, at number 36 on my fantasy playlist of September 29th, 1981.